Good morning, students. In this module we will see some more properties of a triangle and some property of some special triangles we are going to see today. The first one is isosceles triangle. We know that in an isosceles triangle two sides are equal. So here if we take an isosceles triangle ABC and suppose AB and AC, these two sides, if they are equal, then according to this property of isosceles triangle, here the angles opposite to the equal sides will be equal. That is, angle C lies opposite to side AB and angle B lies opposite to side AC. Therefore, when AB and AC are equal, then angles B and C also will be equal. The angles opposite to the equal sides will also be equal. That is one property of an isosceles triangle, angles of the isosceles triangle. And these two angles are called the base angles. Base angles of the isosceles triangle. These equal angles, these are called the base angles of the isosceles triangle, and the other angle which is not equal, that angle is called the vertical angle of the isosceles triangle. This angle A is called the vertical angle of the isosceles triangle. Now one more condition. Suppose in that isosceles triangle, one of the angles is 90 degrees. Suppose one of the angles is 90 degrees in an isosceles triangle, it is called isosceles right angled triangle. We know if one of the angles is 90 degrees, any angle, that triangle is called right angled triangle. Now in isosceles triangle, if one of the angles is 90 degrees, then that triangle is called isosceles right angled triangle. Here suppose ABC is a right angled isosceles right angled triangle and sides AB and BC are equal. Then what is the property we can get from that? Here as we know AB and BC are equal, then the opposite angles also will be equal. So the angle opposite to BC is angle A, and the angle opposite to AB is C, angle C. So angle A and angle C are also equal. Suppose I take them to be x. This is also x, this also will be x. Then the sum of angles inside any triangle is 180 degrees. This is what we already know. So x plus 90 degrees, that is x plus 90 degrees will be equal to 180 degrees. Then 2x will be equal to, taking 90 to the other side, 180 degrees minus 90 degrees. Therefore 2x is equal to 90 degrees and x will be equal to 90 degrees by 2, which is 45 degrees. If x is 45 degrees, then what are the three angles inside that isosceles right angle triangle? They will be 45 degrees, 45 degrees and 90 degrees. Now coming to the third type of triangle, which is equilateral triangle, which I have dealt with earlier also, but I will explain it more clearly one more time here. Equilateral triangle, in any equilateral triangle we know that all the three sides are equal. So suppose in ABC triangle, AB, BC and CA are all equal, then it is an equilateral triangle. In that case, angles opposite to equal sides also will be equal. Therefore opposite to AB will be x, suppose it is x, then angle opposite to BC also will be x, angle opposite to AC also will be x. So all these three angles will be equal. So we can conclude that in any equilateral triangle, when all the three sides are equal, all the three angles also will be equal. Therefore, x plus x will be equal to 180 degrees according to the angle sum property of a triangle. This implies 3x is equal to 180 degrees and x will be equal to 180 degrees by 3, which is 60 degrees. Therefore, all the angles, each angle of an equilateral triangle will be 60 degrees. We are going to do few sums from exercise 11.3. See the first sum. Find the value of x in each of the following figures. We will see the second subdivision of that. Here it is given one triangle with the exterior angle 110 degrees, and here two sides are given to be equal and one base angle, one angle is mentioned as x. So here what we can conclude from here is that the angles opposite to the equal sides are equal. Therefore, this angle also will be x. This is x. Therefore, the side angle opposite to this side also will be x. So, we know that the exterior angle is equal to the sum of the opposite interior angles. That is one property we have studied earlier. The exterior angle is equal to the sum of its opposite interior angles, which are x and x. So, x plus x is equal to 110 degrees. Therefore, 2x is equal to 110 degrees. So, x will be equal to 110 by 2, which is 55 degrees. So, I can see the second sum. Find the value of x in each of the following figures. We will see the third subdivision in that. Here, this figure is given and we are given one angle 50 degrees outside and two lines are mentioned, that is one base of the triangle and another line. These two are mentioned to be parallel lines. This arrow, which is denoted here, this represents they are parallel to each other, and one of angles inside the triangle is given to be x. And these two sides are given to be equal also. So, two properties are mentioned here. One is the two sides to be equal and another is this side and this line are parallel to each other. So, earlier in last exercise also, in one of the sums, I have discussed the property of parallel lines with you. This is a transversal line to these two parallel lines. This is called a transversal line to the parallel lines. In that case, this angle and this angle will be corresponding angles. The angle formed by the transversal on the parallel lines. These two angles are corresponding angles, therefore they will be equal. So, this angle also will be 50 degrees. And according to the property of the isosceles triangle, the angles opposite to the equal sides will be equal. Therefore, this angle and this angle are equal. So, x and x, here also it will be x. So, we have the interior angles to be x, x and 50 degrees. So, x plus 50 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. Therefore, 2x will be equal to 180 degrees minus 50 degrees. Therefore, 2x will be equal to 130 degrees, which implies x is equal to 130 degrees by 2, which is equal to 65 degrees. So, the value of x is 65 degrees here. Now, you can see the third sum. Find the values of x and y in each of the following figures. In that we will see the third subdivision. Here in the third subdivision, two triangles are drawn within another big triangle. Two triangles are drawn within a big triangle. So, here we have an isosceles triangle, first one, and another isosceles triangle, which is the second one. So, first we will start with the first triangle, and for inside the first triangle it is mentioned 48 degrees, one angle, another angle x, and in the other triangle it is mentioned only y, one of the angles is y. So, first if we start with the first triangle, we will note that this angle and this angle will be equal. Sides opposite, angles opposite to these two sides. So, this angle, which is the base angle, will also be x. So x plus 48 degrees will be equal to 180 degrees, which implies 2x is equal to 180 degrees minus 48 degrees, which implies 2x is equal to 132 degrees. X is equal to 132 by 2, which is 66 degrees. Now coming to the second triangle. Here these two angles are equal, therefore these two sides are equal, therefore these angles opposite to them also will be equal. So this angle will be also y, because this angle is opposite to this side, and so this angle also will be y. And angle x is an exterior angle for this triangle. For the second triangle, x is an exterior angle. So we will go back to that property of exterior angles, which is the sum of the two interior angles, opposite interior angles will be equal to the exterior angle. So y plus y will be equal to x. We already know the value of x. We will put that there. So 2y is equal to 66 degrees and y will be equal to 66 by 2, which is 33 degrees. Now coming to the fourth sum, calculate the size of each lettered angle in the following figures. We will take up the second subdivision here. So in this figure, x and y we are asked to find. And one of the angles is 35 degrees. Again we have two triangles. In the first triangle, one angle is mentioned 35 degrees, and in the second triangle, one angle is mentioned y. Both are isosceles triangles. Here in the first triangle, if we notice, these two sides are equal, therefore the angles opposite to them, that is this angle and this angle are equal. So this angle is 35 degrees, therefore this angle also will be 35 degrees. So both are 35 degrees. So y will be the exterior angle y for this triangle. So y will be equal to 35 degrees plus 35 degrees, which are the opposite interior angles. So 35 plus 35 is 70 degrees. We have found out the value for y. Next we will go to the next triangle. Here again we have two sides to be equal, therefore two angles also will be equal, that is this angle y and the other base angle, that also is y. In this triangle also we have the exterior angle to be x, but this x, its exterior angle not for this smaller triangle but for the larger one, which includes both the triangles. You should nicely understand, this angle x is exterior angle only for the larger triangle. Okay, this big triangle, it is not exterior angle for the smaller triangle. This is not exterior, because if we extend this line, it will go this way. It is not making exterior angle there. It is only for the bigger triangle. Therefore, we will consider the bigger triangle. And which are the two opposite interior angles for x? The angles will be 35 degrees and y. 35 degrees and y will be the opposite interior angles for this bigger triangle. Therefore, we have x is equal to 35 degrees plus y, that is equal to 35 degrees plus 70 degrees, which is 105 degrees. In the other two sums, fifth and sixth sum, you can do the fifth sum by yourself. I will try and do for you the sixth sum. Let me read the sum for you. In an isosceles triangle, a base angle is 4 times its vertical angle. Find all the angles of the triangle. I already told you what is a vertical angle. The angle which is not the equal angle. Two angles will be equal in isosceles triangle. The angle which is other than that, that is called the vertical angle. So we will take that angle to be x. Let the vertical angle be x. Then the other thing they are saying is the base angle, one base angle is 4 times the vertical angle. So that will be 4x. So the base angles will be 4x and 4x. So what will be the sum of the three angles? X plus 4x will be equal to 180 degrees. Therefore, when we add all this, we get 9x. 9x is 180 degrees. Therefore, x will be 180 degrees by 9, which is 20 degrees. Therefore, the angles will be 20 degrees, 80 degrees and 80 degrees. In the next class, we will do the next property. Thank you, students.